Hello and welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, hi! Yes, I'm wearing gloves. And the reason I'm wearing gloves is because I've not really got to do anything delicate or try and hold on to something or, And also because I've never used this before. And this silicone putty, it's from Temu. I can't remember what the price of it is. I'll maybe put it in the description box if I remember. If not, ask me. And I want to do the cat from the Cheshire cat in the Alice in Wonderland room. And I'm a bit worried about it because I'm actually in love with this cat. There's the instructions, tells you everything to do. Quite detailed, it's very good. But I am worried about losing the paintwork off this because I don't want to put a coat on it. I want it to be matte and stay matte so that the glossy eyes stick out more. I hope it makes sense anyway. So it does say to use the same like scoop or measure or whatever. I'm eyeballing it because I don't do measuring. And well, that's just me. So if you want to do it properly, ignore what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm adding bits and bobs to each colour just to get it what size I need because I don't actually know how much I need. I possibly could have done with a little less looking at the end result. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I did this. They were roughly the same size. That'll do. And it says to keep it in a dark room with the lid on. Don't leave it out in sunlight. It ruins it. So I've got my blue and I've got my white. And I'm now going to mix it together and I'll speed this bit up. And you have to do it until it stops marbling. So it's all one solid colour. So yeah, fast forward time. I'll tell you something, it's really nice to play with. It's soft, it's squishy, it's not hard. There's not much work into it. And I've just been doing some burning in the live that I did on Sunday. And my hands hurt. My hands really hurt. And when I say burning, I mean pyrography on wood. And just kept mixing it until it was one solid colour. And it didn't take long at all. I mean, I know I sped this up, but it was super quick. And it does say on the pot to leave it to harden for 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes. Or is it in the instructions? It could be in the instructions. And I'm trying to gauge how big it's going to be or how it's going to be needed to be, how big it's going to need to be. Fingers crossed, yes, I did do fingers crossed because I don't want the paint to come off. Because like I said, I really like this cat. And I want to make sure I've got a big enough rim around it so then when I pour in epoxy, it's not going to dribble out. So I'm giving it a smooth round and patting it into shape and making sure that I've got it all pretty much covered. And I don't even need to make it as deep, so it didn't have to be that high. I could have made a flatter version. And this is just practice run. Because like I said, I had no idea how to use this, if it would work, if it would ruin my piece, and if I was actually doing the right thing by using this and not using like silicone or whatever, ordinary silicone. So I've got to leave this to dry now, and like I show you here, it's 15 to 20 minutes to cure, but then I left it overnight. So here I will be just popping it out, and you can see it's hard. It's really quite hard. I was quite surprised. You'll have to excuse my nails again. I've been playing with clay. So fingers crossed then again that I pull it out and it doesn't A, break the mould, B, take the paint off, or C, just make a mess altogether and I've lost my cat. and it's quite tough, so I really had to give it a good push. But once I got my finger underneath it, it was brilliant. Look at the detail of that. Oh my days, that really worked. Did you see that? A little bit thin around his nose. And it's not the only place I found. So it wasn't thick enough. So that's something I've learned. And there's a little bit around the ear. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it up using a bit more and a bit on the bottom just to make sure that it's thick enough to withstand a few uses. And then see, I'm going to use this now, well, after a day, just to make sure there's no air pockets in it that just releases. And then I'm going to use it to make another cat. Hopefully. But yeah, it's stunning. It is so stunning. I was really shocked. I don't know why I was shocked, but I were. But what I did try first was I got a little bit of polymer clay to one side, and I thought I'll try this first just to see if it picks the detail up. And that's already dried, well, cured. So now you can't really see through it. It's a lot better. And I'm just going to push this clay in. It's just a ball of clay I play with on the side of my desk when I'm bored. And I'm just going to press it down just to see if it picks up that detail. Pop it in and give it a good press. But I didn't press it enough in a certain place near his teeth. So you will notice that that's not quite right. But it shows I can use polymer clay to make a print if I just want to make a flat piece. Although I recommend if anybody tries that to make it a thick piece and then just slice it, so then you can get hold of it a bit better. But look, the detail. See where I've missed the teeth? Just that bit there. That's because I didn't press it down hard enough. But oh my days, the detail is fantastic. I love it. Got all the teeth except for the bit where I didn't press it. Got the eyes, the lips, whiskers and hair shapes in it. So yeah, I know that works now. So that's good. I'm just going to roll it back up into my play ball. And now I've mixed up my resin and I've put in 7 drops of acrylic ink, blue. I don't think I needed this much ink. I really don't, because it's really quite opaque. And I'm just putting in some resin in his eyes rather than using a set of eyeballs, because I don't want to. This is just a practice piece, so I don't want to waste a set of eyes when I could just doodle a pair of eyes on the actual resin. They're not great eyes. Like I said, it's just a quick, does this work? I mean, I don't use any micas, I just use the blue straight out. And I think maybe next time I'll use some micas in it. I can do some different shades, and the teeth, I can make them really bright white. Or I could just keep making blanks and paint them like I have been doing. Or like I do. Do do. Do 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 do. Sorry. Brain's gone on a fart. Right, back to reality. So the eyes are done, and I'm going to just paint them in with some pens. Bit of a marker pen for the eye, the pupil. I'll get it right in a minute. And then I think I use a bit of gold and a bit of pink. But I did notice that I must have missed a fair bit, so I had to paint the eyes again later on because they just went blue. Yeah, I did miss the pink. The pink was covered with the blue, that was it. Couldn't see the pink at all. So the eyes looked smaller than they should have been. So I'm going to pour in the resin, which is just a 1-to-1 with the acrylic ink. And I've done everything I can to make sure there's no bubbles. And I've got some moulds at the side because I don't know if I've put enough in or I've got too much. Works out I've got too much, which is good. Although I could have just not made it so deep. which is fine too. Sorry about that little beep. I forgot to turn my notifications off. But I'm going in the corners of the ears just to make sure there's no bubbles just sat in there. And I'll use a bit of alcohol, isopropanol, alcohol. Oh my God. I need a drink of tea or something. My mouth's a bit dry, I can't speak. If that was only the excuse. I'm just squeezing this just to get into them tabs. Ears. I call them tabs because I'm common. And just filling it up using what's left in the pot because it worked out the cat and the bear perfect for the amount of resin I'd got. And I'd used 2 ounces. So I'm saying about an ounce each. I think that's about right. I could have gone less in the cat, like I said, could have gone a bit thinner. But I shall wait for these to degas and then put them on my heat mat. And then you'll see me take them out the moulds, hopefully. But yeah, now they're finished. And I didn't wait till they was properly hard. They were a little bit soft, just a touch soft. But sometimes I find it easier to take things out of the moulds when they're a bit soft. And yeah, you can take notice that it's got clay on me again. Trying to make something for Friday's video. Only the clay's absolutely yuck. So I wasn't sure if this was actually going to come away from the mould because it was a little bit too soft. But it did. I broke the seal, that's it, broke the seal. And it was easy enough to pop once I got my thumbs in. It just needs a bit of a sand down on the bottom or a bit of a clip. And that's brill, done. I was kind of hoping I could have a half and half like the other bear that you'll see at the end. But no, it filled it completely. Because I've been using it as a runoff. Every time I've got extras, I chuck some in it. So yeah, it's a fully blue bear. Bear in a big blue house. Anybody remember that? I used to love it. But yeah, there's Babs. That's what I call her, Babs. Reminds me of Barbara Windsor. Little and cute. And I don't know what to call the blue one. Maybe I should just call him Bear in the Big Blue House. But look, there's so much detail. And yeah, you can see where I've gone wrong with the eyes. But like I said, this is just as practice. It's a trial. And I'm going to give it a bit of a paint. And then you'll see this at the end because I'm going to do some nice photos. And tell me what you think. Does it work? The painting's not great. It's just a quick scrub on just to pick it out. So thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Shadows light the scene. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under moonlit nights, creating beauty, spurring on delight. Her hooves step softly to the softest bells, crafting wonders in her secret spells. From threads of silver and whispers bright, a tapestry woven in the dark of night. Her hooves tap softly to the softest bells, crafting wonders in her secret spells. From threads of silver and whispers bright, a tapestry woven in the dark of night. Goth unicorn.